Hey, Leo. The Queen of Swords pops out. All right, so somebody who's very honest, but also can be a little critical. Somebody who's very insightful. Somebody who's learned a lesson. So, Leo, this tells me that some of you are dealing or not dealing with somebody that you've learned a lesson from, that you maybe have cut off. Maybe you've had some words with. Maybe you're just not quite sure that this is something that you want to entertain anymore, that you want to, put any more energy into, put any more stock into. Because the Queen of Swords, again, is somebody who's grown very wise, but also somebody who is not afraid to say how they feel. And it almost feels like this is somebody, it's very much like this is you saying something that you've waited for a long, long ass time to say. Okay, like literally, you've had some things to say. You're not playing games. You're not playing around. You're not interested in anybody who's playing around. You're not interested in that energy anymore. And for whatever reason, I feel like this person has put off this energy, or this person that you've dealt with just has had just a very, sucking life out of you type energy. And you finally have said, you know what? No, I think good. Like, I've been there, done that. I think we're on to new paths. Now, for some of you, it is maybe you're communicating with this person for the first time, or it's coming because maybe they've tried to get in touch with you and you have some things to say. But the Queen doesn't say anything that isn't valid. So, and I'm not saying that anybody's feelings aren't valid or anybody's point of view is not valid, but this is like straight up to the point, to the T. Look, fool, you did something crazy and I'm calling you out on your shit. All right. And then your oracle card is the flux. Okay. And this is literally like, the last card of the formations, basically saying that you're in the present, you're in charge of your future. So if you want the future to be positive, it will be positive. You decide to make the world the place that you want to live in. And, everybody could say, oh, well, that's philosophical and things happen and I can't change other people and I can't. No, but you can change the way you deal with situations. You change the type of people you bring into your life. You can change how long you let somebody enter your space before you decide whether they raise or lower your vibration or help raise and lower your vibration. Oftentimes we assume other people make us do certain things or feel a certain way, when in reality we have the ability to cut it off if we really want to. The next card we have is your current position coming into May, and you have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is about assessing a situation. It's about looking at a situation, and it's about looking at the pros and cons. What are the pros and cons? What are the cause and effects? What happens if we get back together? Do things get worse? Do they get uglier? Do they stay the same? Nothing changes? Are we both still unsatisfied? Do we both feel hurt, anger, distrust, etc.? Or can we possibly make this work and come to some sort of agreement? This is you looking at this almost, I don't want to say, Leo, like a business deal, but it is more of I can't let my heart and my emotions get in the middle of this. I really need to look at this in the sense of, what did I lose last time? Did I lose like physical, financially, my well-being, mental health, physical health, all of those things combined. And so you're looking at this with, yes, I could love this person. Yes, I could have a major connection with this person. But in the end, what comes out of it? What do I get out of it? Hurt, disrespect, anger, or, love again, a feeling of peace, a feeling of coming together. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a daring, energetic energy, pushing forward. I feel to a certain extent, Leo, that you guys kind of are in this part of, you're in this, almost this headspace of, I told it like it is. I'm going to continue to keep it straight. Now, this isn't bitching. This isn't nagging. This isn't saying, this is what I expect and this is what I want. Because that doesn't get anybody anywhere. Look, if you have to say, my expectations of you are this, this, and this, and somebody's not showing you that, they're just not going to. They've already told you who they are. They've already shown you who you are. You're not going to change it. You either accept who they are or you don't like it and you move on. Because the Queen of Swords, again, is very quick, very intelligent, but above all, recognizing the depth and complexity of a situation. And so right here with the Knight of Wands, it's almost like, do I charge forward having said what I needed to say as the Queen? Do I charge forward in, yes, we can make this happen, but it shouldn't be we can make this happen under my terms, or there's got to be some sort of compromise. For some of you, I think that's what you're battling with, because maybe there was hurt, or there was pain, or there was cheating or lying, or some sort of distrust. Whatever normal stuff goes on, not normal, it shouldn't be normal, but unfortunately it is. Whether it's, gaslighting or ghosting, or I could name 50 million reasons why this could have not worked out, or why there could be an issue. But the Queen of Swords kind of says their piece, and then you move on to this. All right, now I'm in charge of my world. What do I want? And the Knight of Wands is saying, what do you want? What do you want, Leo? Go for what you want. If you want to get back together with this ex, or give it another try, or see where it's going, then go for it. But you're assessing the situation. Be practical about it. Basically, the Seven of Pentacles is saying, be practical in this. If you know that it could never go anywhere, if you know that this isn't going anywhere, then what are you doing? Charge forward and move on with somebody else. But if you really have said your piece, and you think that they've heard you, and you're wanting to give it another try and see if anything's changed, then I think you're really set on making your final decision on what's going to happen here. The next card you have is your Two of Pentacles. This is in the distant past, or the past 5-10 years, could be throughout your childhood. You have the Two of Pentacles, which is balance. It's priorities and it's change. Okay, so for whatever reason you've been stuck in a rut, or your priorities have not been where they should be. For a long, long time you were like, hey, I want to get married. Hey, I want to, build a life with somebody, or I want to have kids, or I want to adopt fur babies, whatever it is for you. And somewhere along the line you got off track, and the universe is saying, get in check, figure out what it is you want. There's been drama or things that have thrown you off, or even just life itself can get crazy and throw things off. But the Two of Pentacles is saying, at one point you were balanced by yourself, balanced with this person, balanced with other people. And that's what you're really trying to gain back. You're looking at the past and going, what happened here? I was very balanced. I had all my priorities in check, but when things happen, sometimes it affects us in all different ways, even physically, that, I don't want to get out of bed, going through the day, over and over and over. Same thing. It's a Groundhog Day, right? And the Two of Pentacles is saying, you have the opportunity to change that, Leo. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past few months, past few weeks, and you have the King of Pentacles, which is stability. Again, going along with the two, recognizing that you need to gain some sort of traction in your life. You need to gain some sort of momentum in keeping a stable livelihood. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is very much in charge of where they're going, in charge of what they're, doing in life. Going along with the Flux card and the fact of, I have the ability to change my world. I have the ability. We all do. It's just, what are we afraid of? Everybody could have what they want within reason to a certain extent, right? And the King of Pentacles is resourceful. This is somebody who study, has a lot of experience, understands, what they want and where they're going. So a lot of times we hold ourselves back. So Leo, what are you holding yourself back from? Are you holding yourself back from this person because it's not healthy? Or are you holding yourself back from this person because you're afraid to give it another chance? Or are you holding yourself back from moving on because, too often we're afraid of the what ifs, but what if I never meet anybody? So I'll go back to this. It's the chicken shit way out, as my friend called it when I was going through, should I get back together with somebody or not? And she said, oh, you're taking the chicken shit way out. And I was like, excuse me? But her point was very valid in the fact that she said, but it's easier to go back with this person because that it's familiar, even if it's unhealthy. She goes, you're scared of not moving on, finding something better for you. Not that we're better than other people, but better suited or better matched for you. And it really struck a chord because it made me think, why am I so afraid to move on? What am I so afraid of? That I'll never find anybody? Would I rather be in misery, or would I rather go about my business and do my own thing and eventually have hope and faith that somebody else comes along? The next card you have is your distant future. So the next few months, and you have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is capability, it's stamina. We already know you have this in you, Leo. You're a fire sign energy, okay? So you have this daring, this passionate energy. The Nine of Wands kind of, look out, you have no idea what I'm capable of. So for a lot of you, this may be you moving on, and this other person is like, no, wait a minute, Leo, I'm not ready for you to move on. I didn't think you'd ever move on. Not necessarily a narcissistic tendency or narcissistic quality, but definitely somebody who was not expecting that Leo would, get going. And I think mid-month or last month at some point, your read was similar, because I'm having like this flashback of, you're moving on, or you're interested in, moving forward, and maybe this person doesn't think you have the guts to do it. And right now you're still debating on what you want to do. But at the same time, there's something here you're seriously debating. And I feel like maybe this person's communicated with you or is going to, and you're really trying to decide, what do I want to do? Do I dodge this completely and say, well, I dodged a bullet, or not? The next few weeks, this is your current position, or not current position, your immediate future. So over the next few weeks, and you have the Tower. So this is a dissolution. This is a breakdown of something. But at the end of the Tower, there's also something to build on. There's a solid foundation for the most part. So is the solid foundation with somebody else, or is the solid foundation with somebody new who can come in? Right now, I don't see a newness coming in. I feel like you're still dealing with the gravity of this situation. There's a lot of you who have certain issues why why you are treating it more business-like, why you can't, part ways. Maybe you have a house together or kids together, different things that keep you from being able to completely move on. There is going to be a Tower moment that you are going to make a decision on what you want to do. Either they're going to show you their true colors yet once again, because I feel like this is somebody who's repeatedly shown you who they are, and you've wanted them to change, but they're not really. But in turn, you're the one changing. Like with the King of Pentacles, you're making the changes. So maybe if you change enough, and not even change, but more self-improvement, self-growth, still being who you are, but making changes for the better for you to understand. Yes. And see, here you have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the rest of, and you have a celebration, getting together with friends, meeting new people. This is just kind of like getting out, barbecuing, having a good time. Now I know a lot of you are going to say that's not going to happen because of everything that's going on. This too shall pass, and it will happen again. But the Three of Cups is saying, look, there is a cause for celebration, even if it's, your backyard patio with your kids or your fur babies, or, like your sister or somebody, whoever, even if it's somebody very close. The Three of Cups is saying, look, you have things to celebrate here. So there needs to be a positivity. There needs to be an open world. This card just will not leave my sight, my focus for some reason. And it's mainly just because it's talking about the world you create, the world you want to live in. And it's time to start living in the world you want to create and live in the world that you can manifest, Leo. And the Three of Cups is saying, do that with a smile on your face. There is going to be some destruction. There is going to be some dissolution here. And I think it will be between you and this other person. My fear is that it's going to be because they are not improving. They are not raising their vibration, and you are. And it's like that saying, good God, don't go back to something that never respected you or treated you the way you deserved. I know easier said than done, but every day and moving forward is a new step. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month, and you have the Ace of Cups. New love. I mean, the Ace of Cups is new beginnings and excitement, friendships. It feels like you're going to meet somebody new here. Cross watchers, don't freak out. Please don't make nasty comments in the below. This can be reversed, so it can be completely reversed to resonate with you, but I read for the sign I'm reading. And these two cards right here are talking about friendship, new. The Ace is new beginnings. This is connecting on a new level with somebody that can possibly turn into romance. Now, this is what you're wanting and hoping for. And here is your tangible for the month, which is meeting new people. So whether you're like online dating, and talking to, I also feel like could be old people coming in, but not your ex old, like other people coming in like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, you still single? Hey, da, da, da. Maybe you're communicating more on Facebook or different platforms where you're talking to people you haven't talked to in a long time, and some opportunity presents itself. Because right here, this is new. This isn't old love coming in. This is something new. The next card you have is the Two of Swords, which is your hopes and fears for the outcome. And the Two of Swords is a decision that needs to be made. Big time decision. The Two of Swords is a decision that if you don't make it, it's a stalemate and it sits there. It doesn't go away. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't all of a sudden just, solve itself. This is a decision. I feel like this is you torn between the past and the present. I feel like the past is still pulling on you to make a decision towards them. And part of you mentally is saying, no, I need to progress and move forward, because you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is like not anything you're taking lightheartedly. And not that I'm saying a lot of people do, but some people are swayed or know which direction they're going. And you're very much caught up in the, here's the destruction or dissolution of it, and here's new people, but I'm still fighting within myself of whether I'm making the right decision or not. The next card you have is your outcome, and you have the Knight of Swords. Well, I think you have something to say to this person. I think you may be at your wit's end with them. I think you may be looking for new, or you may actually be meeting new, because the Knight of Swords is very similar to the Queen of Swords, except for she or he, I don't apply sex to the cards, has matured past the pointing finger stage, has matured past the I'm really angry with you stage, because the Knight of Swords is, and this is your theme for the month, but right now, the outcome is the Knight of Swords, which is hostile, feeling angry, having some things to say. The Knight of Swords is not somebody who's going to cover up how they feel. And so this past person really is haunting you almost. This past person really is driving you to the point of, having to get upset when you don't generally king on king, which is amazing. The Knight of Swords is driving you to that person, the place that you don't want to be at, that judgy place, because you have judgment here covering or kind of clarifying the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is like, look, you want to fight? I'll give you a fight. This person just can't seem to accept the fact that you don't want to be with them. It's that Nine of Wands I was talking about, where they just can't imagine, oh, I don't know why I did that. But hey, maybe the Hermit, Virgo's card, means something to you. Wrong deck, but interestingly enough that it popped out. The Hermit is solitude, spirituality. So maybe that's something you're dealing with right now. Like, I'd rather be in solitude and figure this out. And some of you, most of us, are in solitude to a certain extent. Anyways, like I was saying, the Knight of Swords is getting to the gist of things. I mean, cutting it down and saying, go screw yourself to a certain extent. Not literally saying go screw yourself, although some of you may be saying that. But the Knight of Swords is somebody who has a lot to say, and it's based on judgment, and it's based on looking back, and it's valid. Never feel like your feelings aren't valid, because Leo, I feel like a lot of you are saying, like, well, a lot of you have been in the mindset of, they say I'm crazy, or they tell me, I'm overreacting or whatever, and you've allowed that to continue. But now with the Judgment card of looking back and meditating on it, you're like, hell no, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. And so the Knight of Swords underneath it is literally saying, shut your trap, basically, and, you're not getting my time of day at the moment. There's something here pulling me to new, because you have the Ten of Pentacles here, which is you looking for legacy. This is you saying, I want something, that lasts a lifetime. I want something that, my children and my children's children can look forward to, can see. I want to represent. I want, you've got the ground here and the dad and the kids. This is setting the example and going for it. This is saying, hey, I want something that's long lasting, and I deserve that. For a lot of you, this tells me that whoever you've been dealing with, they tell you, oh yeah, let's get married, and 5 years later you're not. Or yeah, let's have kids, or let's adopt fur babies. Or yeah, I want to officially be together, even though you've been together for like 5 years. And the Ten of Pentacles is saying, no, I want something new. I want some sort of, movement forward in gaining success. And Leo, I feel like you're moving towards moving forward with somebody else. Interestingly enough, you have it twice here. So again, I feel like you're about to meet somebody who may be the marriage source, or maybe the, partnership for life source, or the kid source. And source may sound weird, but more like the person that you can actually see yourself moving forward with. Because this X, it seems like it's too much of a decision. It seems like it's too much of, these Tower moments, and not enough of these Ten of Cup moments. Now you have the King of Pentacles on top of the King of Pentacles. You're looking for stability. You may have just met your match, Leo, or you may be meeting your match, because this is definitely a new energy coming in who gives you the stability, and you guys can thrive and survive. Gives you the peace. The Ten of Cups is peace, joy, family. What you want. For whatever reason, this past relationship was lacking. The funny thing is, it's not funny, but the interesting thing is, it was lacking in the fact that it's not that you didn't want certain things with them. It's not that they didn't want certain things with you. It just never kept happening. And I think you've been grown tired of waiting. And it's almost become a situation of, well, if you're not ready to have this with me, then maybe it's just not meant for us to have this together, because it shouldn't take they keep telling me 5 years. So that may resonate with somebody out there. 5 years of ups and downs, or getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. But whatever it is, it's basically saying, I love you, I care about you, past person, but at the same time, I deserve more, and I put my time and energy into you, and I thought this is where we were going, and we always said we were going to go there, and then it never got there. Then it never quite got there. And the King of Cups is somebody who's very, and this is interesting because this feels like almost somebody that you befriend, okay, that you gain friendship with, and you discuss these things that you want, and you discuss the past things and the past hurts and all of the above. And the King of Cups is very calm and listens to you very collectively, and just understands you, and you start to develop something beyond a friendship with this person. Leo, this past is not going anywhere right this second, but I don't think you're indulging in the past. Now you have your clarifying oracle card as compassion, okay? And this is literally, it's interesting. So interesting, because the compassion card is about, having compassion for somebody, but it's not about you. It's about finding peace with yourself in the situation. So literally this compassion card is talking about love them, Leo. Love this past person. Love all the past people. Love everybody who've come into your life who've taught you lessons. Have compassion for them, but realize that you don't owe them anything, that you don't owe them anything more than, a happy send-off, a happy love. Now, this past person is not letting you go. I do feel like you're going to have communication coming in with them. They're taking this very hard. I'm not saying that you're taking it very easily. I'm not saying that this has been a cakewalk for you guys, but this is literally, Leo, like a second chance to have the stability and what you want. And even though you care about this person, there comes a time where you can be